Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell in the upper right-hand corner. Follow me on all forms of social media. Check me out at thatdrummerguy.com and enjoy the following presentation.
Hello, Josh.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, it's Steven and Lauren. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you guys very much for taking time to do this interview.
Oh, definitely, dude. Thank you. No, thanks. We'll take any kind of recognition we can get or any kind of, exposure.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and I'm glad to do it for a band like you guys. I mean, being able to check out a band like Serpent of old and just seeing how far the band has come along over the years, I mean, it's great to be able to talk to you guys.
Excellent. We're glad to be here.
So, for those that may not be familiar, how did Serpent of Old come to be?
It started back in around 2010. Lawrence and I started this band called Shadows in the Crypt. It was all Lawrence's material. I made a deal with him that I would play bass for him if he would do solos on my recording. Like, I just started Serpent of Old as a recording project. I didn't expect it to take off like it, but I didn't even expect anybody to like it at all, let alone come as far as it's come. So that's basically the genesis of it, just a recording thing for my own, selfish purpose and that. And that's basically the very genesis of the group. So Shadows in the Crypt was a live gig, and I played bass for it. Lawrence was the chief songwriter and the lead guitarist. And came about, Shadows folded in 2014, and Serpent I just kept it on the back burner for a while. So
yeah, and it's awesome to see the way that it came out. I mean, just like a project that you wanted to be able to record just for your own love and passion of that style, and then being able to make it into a full-fledged band now.
Oh yes. It's a recognition worldwide. I mean, I've been really, really crunching in the trenches here with the social media and stuff, and sending out samples to people, finding people, searching people out online, and searching out groups on Facebook and even Instagram. I've actually made the Instagram a business account for Serpent of Old.
Yeah, and it's a very smart way to do that too. I mean, in today's age, just being able to find like-minded people who might enjoy what you guys are able to produce, and just doing that all over social media. It's such a great idea.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a nice new avenue to promote your band and stuff. A lot of people shy away from the internet. They feel that the internet is not legit, or you can't really get a serious band out there unless you're playing live or whatever. I mean, we've never played a live show, but consider Burzum or Bathory. Those are legendary bands, and they've never played live.
Yeah, and I very much agree with that, too. I mean, it's about what the songs are. I mean, it doesn't necessarily need to be a live band. I mean, as long as there's someone or a group of people writing the music and being able to put out great material, it's still going to be a great band.
No, absolutely. Well, Lawrence and I are actually co-writing a new full length right now. This is actually the first time that him and I have actually collaborated together with songwriting and everything. And like I said, he also has his band called Moonlight Prophecy, which is basically it's like solos and shred project. I do bass on some of the tracks, but he's posted that stuff to Bandcamp. So, Lawrence, you want to talk about Moonlight Prophecy a little bit?
Especially like an instrumental thing. But I have some singers once in a while that kind of step into the kind of people that I hire to do it. I have them just just do a couple vocal tracks, and most of it's all the rest of it's all instrumental. But it's mainly heavy metal, kind of like Metallica, actually. Metallica Testament kind of thing, I would say.
Oh, that's awesome as well, too. Just being able to show off all the different sides of your playing. I mean, whether it's black metal, whether it's more heavy metal and thrash, or whatever you choose to do. I mean, being able to have all these different outlets to be able to play what you want to play.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
So, what is this like for you? I mean, being able to see the progression of the band since 2010, and now being able to start collaborating on a new album.
Well, it's been a breath of fresh air to me. It's actually breathed new life into me, because I had actually shied away from music in 2014. I think we did our last show. It was January of 2014 with Shadows in the Crypt, and I had just became just got certified to do other things, real world things, and was married, and just being an adult, responsibility and that. But Lawrence kept forward with his music. Come 2018, summer of 2018, I just started doing recordings again. Lawrence actually, we did fundraisers for Lawrence. Lawrence actually has has a lot of health problems that I'd have him tell you address this, because we did a lot of fundraising. I actually did Principles of Virtue as an idea to make awareness and fundraising for this. You want to talk about the?
Well, that's
yeah. He wants to talk.
To be real about this health thing, that's a 22-year-old history. So it's like, it's kind of far along. But what they do know that I have something called syringomyelia in my spinal cord. It's a giant cavity filled with like spinal fluid, and I have like granulomas on my lungs. My heart's doing some crazy stuff, so I kind of have to stay away from too many things to make your heart go. Like too much caffeine or anything that actually speeds your heart up, I have to stay away from.
Yeah.
So like there's that, and there's also plenty of other problems. I got problems with my knees and my shoulder. I don't want to whine about myself, but I have a lot of issues, and we were doing that. I mean, we were gonna take that because I'm trying to be all fast.
Yeah.
I don't want to whine like that. I don't want to go over.
Yeah. He doesn't want to talk about it.
This is not the point of this.
Yeah. He doesn't want to go on about the health problems. But think of it as, to quote Peter Steele, it's kind of like sonic therapy for both of us, for where we were at in life. Like we did the.
Makes life a little harder.
Yeah, it makes life a little bit harder, and with the health problems and stuff, this is actually really, really good therapy. Wonderful therapy. So
I'll never stop doing what I do.
Yeah. Lawrence has not stopped recording music since 2014. So it's me. I did. Like I said, I stepped into the real world for a while, and it didn't work out. So here I am again, and here we are right here.
Oh, that's just incredible to be able to see that any problems that you have in life that can bring you down, that make you not want to live, that you actually do find something that you can enjoy in life, that you have that passion for, and you want to be able to keep doing that. So, despite all of that, having that drive to continue to write the music that you care about, that's just so great to see.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I'm very, very proud of the music that we've done. I'm very proud of Lawrence, actually. This is who we are. We don't do this for money. We don't do this for recognition or whatever. We're musicians, and this is what we do, and we will do this until...
I go to sleep thinking about it.
Yeah, we're going to do this until the day that we die. We have a running joke that this is going to be our epitaph. We're making these larger-than-life epitaphs for when this is all over, and when we can't make music anymore and we're not in position to do this anymore. But while we're here, we're going to make the most cracking and wonderful music as possible. So.
So, with that in mind, obviously with your Serpent of Old being out there on YouTube, the whole discography being available right now on the band's YouTube page, what should people expect from this forthcoming album?
Oh, it's going to be a lot different than the last ones. We're actually working on it as we speak. We actually took a little break. We're doing a lot more orchestration. We're experimenting with different tunings, a lot more keyboards and stuff. Our recording techniques have improved over the last 5 years, so there's a lot of more avenues, and there's a lot more that we can do now with recordings and stuff. So we're really, really, really trying to expand, into like things like such as movie scores. Like we were trying to make things sound like movie scores and stuff like that, more emotion. And yeah, it's getting there. It's definitely getting there.
Way different.
Yes, it's going to be way different. We're both really, really excited about it. It's like I said, we're working on it as we speak. We just took a nice little break to talk to you. I heard your last 2 interviews fell through. Sorry to hear that. I don't know why anybody would want to turn up a chance to, talk about what they got going on, and what their next projects are and stuff like that. So.
Oh, it occasionally happens. There's so many things that can happen, like in tour life and band life and just life in general, where things can happen. But that's all the more reason why I'm so grateful for you guys to be able to take the time to be able to talk to me about what's going on with Serpent of Old and, what to look forward to in the future. Because, again, with everything that you've done so far with this band, and of course the discography being available on YouTube right now through the band's YouTube page, it's got me very excited to see where things are going to be going in the future, and the way that you just described it got me even more excited to check it out.
Yeah, we actually have a Bandcamp that the stuff's available for download. Now with Encyclopedia Metallum especially, when we post stuff to Bandcamp, actually, it gets recognition on the Encyclopedia Metallum, which to me is like the Wikipedia of metal. So it's kind of important to get the stuff documented, and it gets legitimized through the encyclopedia and stuff like that. So the YouTube is definitely my baby. I started that YouTube in 2010, and I actually did some recordings with Nihilistin and Barbaristas with a guy named Mika Mage. It's like a epic Finnish black metal. He does a lot of themes of Finnish folklore and stuff like that, and I'm using that to showcase everything that we've done, almost like a portfolio. Like I'm in the process of uploading Moonlight Prophecy stuff, which is Lawrence's main solo project. So definitely the YouTube is. I'm very, very, very proud of the YouTube.
Yeah, and of course, Encyclopedia Metallum. I mean, that's so important to be able to get the names out there. I mean, with the reviews that they show off on there, and just being able to showcase so many bands of so many different styles, where they're all from, the discographies, the lineups, the artwork, everything that goes into metal, no matter how underground, brand new, or legacy they are.
Yeah, well, it's definitely as like chronologically, speaking, to see like your history and stuff like that. That's important to me. It's important. Like, I don't care about, like we said, we don't care about money. This is what we do. So we care that people actually listen to the records or listen to our recordings and that. That's what's important. Not about money or not even about the recognition. It's not about us. It's about the music. That's the whole thing. I always have this thing on social media that I send out a lot of invites to like the Facebook page or the YouTube recordings and stuff, and I like to talk to people and say, hey, where did you hear it? What did you think of it? And just to find out where it originated, that they actually heard this from, and I treat them as friends, not fans. That's really important to me. I don't have fans, I have friends. And Lawrence and I agree on this, that's important. We do this for the listener, for us, but it's important that people like the stuff and it gets heard. That's really the bottom line, as long as the stuff gets heard.
Yeah, and that is so important as well. I mean, when you treat that fan base as like friends and family, I mean, rather than just sending out likes on social media, I mean, like getting to know them, what they think of the music, having the opportunities to be able to hear that music, knowing what to look forward to in the future. I mean, that is such an important way, especially now, to be able to grow as a musician and as a person.
Oh, absolutely. What's interesting is Dave Vandekar, through Anti-All Forever, just released physical copies of Stalwart Times and Principles of Virtue with a bonus track. He just released that, and it's interesting because the artist who drew the cover of that, it's an artist from Austria. Her name is Brigitte Gretsch. Brigitte Gretsch is her name. It's the first picture she's ever drawn, and it actually got on a CD cover, so she's really excited about that. So I like to think of, like, especially my Facebook, the band page is a forum for artists, like satanic art or black metal art, and I like to think of it as a forum for all kinds of artists and stuff like that. I like to post pictures. My own personal Facebook page, I like to post a lot of funny stuff, and I don't like to think of it as self-promotion, just like a way to express myself. But the band page, I want it to be a complete forum for artists and other musicians. And I think I just had another person who's on board as an editor on my page, and she's actually posted a lot of demos and events that are going on, memorials such as Dead off himself back this day back in 1991, and the death of Peter Steele and stuff like that. Not to bring up Peter Steele again. So it's really exciting to get a lot of feedback and see what people contribute to the page.
Oh, absolutely. And I really dig the artwork that you've had so far, and just being able to see that worldwide scale of that being shown off, and now with that amazing artwork now being on a physical format. I can imagine how happy she is, how happy you guys are to be able to get that out there, and then with the pages online being able to not only promote yourselves, but like you said, people around the world being able to share what they can do, and just being able to spread the good word like that.
Oh yeah. So this is for everybody. It's not just for us. There's plenty of room out there. I don't care what any musician says. I hear this a lot with black metal guys. They're always like, "Oh, there's not enough room," and you have that whole elitist mentality where this band was here first. There's plenty of room for everybody. If the music's good, it will get out there. It will get heard. It's just a matter of sticking with it, persevering through sour times. Not that shameless self-promotion there. And, just keep at it. Don't quit. That was my mistake. I walked away from it for about 4 years, and I'd like to think that I'm making up for lost time with it. Lawrence never walked away from it. He's been, he played in a cover band for a while. He stayed with it. I jumped back in, and shame on me for walking away.
Honestly,
right?
I can't walk away from it because it's what I do.
Yeah, Lawrence is the guitar hero of the band. Lawrence is like tenfold the musician I am. I'm just like the songwriting guy and ideas guy. I think out of the box, Lawrence is the guy that actually makes the magic. Yeah. He's got the gear. He's got the top gear, so we can make these recordings and everything.
Yeah, but that just sounds like a great combination. I mean, being able to see what the plus and minuses, like the strong points, the weak points, and being able to collaborate together makes the entire project, and together makes both of you stronger that way, both in this band, other bands, and just being able to grow as musicians.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's what I said. We've been co-collaborating. We've both been writing for this. Any kind of ideas he has, I'm open to. Like at first, it was just like I said, he had Shadows in the Crypt. That was his ideas. Serpent was my ideas. George, who did the vocals on the Sour Times and Principles of Virtue CD that's coming out, he had his own band, Destivirion, but he had a CD come out recently also. We all had our own ideas, but this time it's definitely turning into a collaboration. A good comparison, I always like to think of, Lawrence and I are both Testament fans, and I like to think of us comparable to Eric Peterson. I'm Eric Peterson, and Lawrence is like Alex Skolnick, so that's a good reference point for how we like to work things. I'm the riff guy, and Lawrence is the solo and melody guy.
Yeah, and that is a great way to describe it too. I mean, being a gigantic Testament fan myself, I mean that sounds like a great comparison for what you guys can do.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We love the old school stuff, Testament, Metallica. We grew up with that stuff. Like I my favorite band of all time is Guns N' Roses, and a lot of people, roll their eyes when they hear that. But I was 10 years old when I heard that. And, yeah. Lawrence is a little bit younger than me, so his tastes are a little bit more like beyond like the hair metal and stuff like that. I'm a hair metal junkie. Lawrence loves Ozzy Osbourne, and I love Black Sabbath, and But I grew up with the hair metal. I've been binge watching Motley Crue documentaries lately. The Dirt came out on the Netflix and stuff like that. I love that stuff, and I really like the image, like the way that those guys put it out. And I had said in one of my last interviews that I feel like black metal's like this decayed corpse of hair metal coming back to haunt you and whatnot. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. I love that music of the 80s. The 80s had it going on for guitar. Like Lawrence is like the ultimate 80s guitarist. Yeah, in some sense, with the solos and all the melody and stuff. So yeah, it's really been a really wonderful ride. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I couldn't imagine working with anybody else.
Yeah, and that's just so fantastic to hear that as well. I mean, when you got that chemistry with someone that you can work with, you can write with, you can play with, and outside of music, being able to get along, having those similar interests, and really having that bond together. I mean, when you're able to find people like that, I mean, it just makes everything so much better.
Well, we're friends first. That's what's important. We're buddies. You know what I mean? We work together. We party together, or dissect music together, talk about life and all that. So we're friends first. That's what it is. That's just how it goes.
Oh, absolutely. And again, just like bringing that into that musical aspect, I mean, being able to have that chemistry of being friends, and then also being able to have that added benefit of being able to write and collaborate on music together, and being able to do everything that you guys have done so far. I mean, that just makes everything feel so much better and so much more rewarding as well.
Well, a lot of interweaving between like my ideas. My stuff has a lot of key changes, and him as a soloist, he has to compensate for any kind of key changes during solos and stuff like that. So
yeah, when you play, like I don't know if you know this now, maybe you do, but when you play like solos and stuff, like when during key changes, the whole fretboard changes each time you have it like key change. So you have to actually kind of compensate for that.
Yeah, it's the riffs of the chords of the riffs play through and everything.
And practice to get good at,
Yeah, I remember he was really frustrated at first when we first started recording because he had to calculate what the chord changes were and what the key changes were and that.
I feel like I'm better down that one.
I definitely agree. Well, we keep at it, just keep moving forward with it,
Oh, definitely. So, with that in mind, obviously being able to have this writing and chemistry going on with you guys, I mean, what's it like when you're filling out the rest of the material? I mean, obviously focusing on guitar and bass, I mean, what's it like to be able to fill out the rest with, like, the vocals, the orchestration, the drums, etc.?
Well, what's really funny is when we have ideas, we'll come up with an idea. Once we start recording it, it gives you a different perspective of it. You're just a listener. You're not playing it. So we notice things whilst we're recording. So we want to subtract certain things or add certain things, mostly add stuff. When we listen to the recordings, when you're playing, it's basically like I write the skeleton of the song. And then, like I said, Lawrence does the orchestrations and stuff like that with the guitars, extra guitars, solos, fills, blah, 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 and everything. So it's just a matter of, like, listening. It's like a listening art, you know. But mostly we add to it when we record, but sometimes we subtract, so... But you notice things when you record that you don't notice why you're playing or jamming around or just coming up with ideas. Once you start recording, it's going to be set in stone, so we make sure to go through everything with a fine-tooth comb, make sure everything's in tune, make sure that we like the tones and we like the voicings and stuff. So it's a lot of work. It's definitely hard work, busy work, but we love it. You know, that's why we do it.
Oh yeah, and that's what's so important. And when you do have those mindsets of what fits into the song, what doesn't fit in the song, and you're able to do that addition and subtraction to the songs, I mean, you can really pinpoint how the song needs to go and make sure it's done the way that you want it to be.
Yeah, well, we get a nice pleasant surprises. It never turns out the way that we expect it, which is a positive thing. We always have it in our head we want it to sound a certain way. And when we get this finished product, it doesn't quite sound what we imagined. Did you want to chime in on anything here? Or?
I kind of agree with what you're saying.
Oh, okay.
I think so. You know, it doesn't. It isn't exactly like how we imagine it, but it does always turn out good, no matter what we do.
Yeah, it turns out actually a lot better usually than we expected, because you have it in your head. You want it to sound this way. I noticed with one thing with me when I imagine riffs, I imagine them like more down tuned and heavier, and we tune the standard, which is usually unheard of in metal today. It's almost original that we tune the standard since there's 8-string guitars, 7-string guitars, and guys that tune down B flat, and you know that whole type of deal. Yeah, it's actually I had one musician was actually, what tuning are you using? I was having a hard time figuring out what tuning. I was a bass player that I was working with, or just jamming around with, and he's like, "What is your guys' tuning? I can't quite figure it out." I said, "Standard." And I would have never thought of that. And he was like, "Damn, that's a really good idea." You know, that just proves that you can still be heavy without having to tune down and having all the crunch and stuff like that. So, you know, just one of our things. Like I said, we were influenced by Testament and Metallica, and those guys always were standard tuning. That's what the guitar is supposed to be tuned to. So, you know.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you can write something with 6 strings and standard tuning that can be just as heavy as something with 8 strings and drop A. I mean, it's all about the thematics, it's all about what's going on with the music, the lyrics, the style, the aggression that goes into it. I mean, there's no right or wrong way to be able to play in what key, what tuning, what instruments you're playing. It's all about what you want to accomplish.
Yeah, that's right. I actually think that like when it is lower, that it is heavier, in my personal opinion. But of course, you know, that doesn't mean that you know you do it wrong if you play higher. You know,
well, Lawrence uses a lot of different tunings on his recordings. Some of it he did.
A lot of it's just so random. It's just like,
he just randomly whatever he'll pick up the guitar. It might be in D tuning and whatever guitar he picks up.
D and D flat.
Yeah. Sometimes we've had some issues with the tuning. Was kind of like a semitone higher or lower than what
I was terrible at bass problems. You know that, right?
Well, that's all right. You can make fixed with a screwdriver and a couple Allen.
Yeah, so I play out of tune a lot. And I try to compensate it for, like, you know, I hit a note and I'm like, I hear it and it sounds good there, so I'm going to keep it there.
So
I haven't changed my string to hear it.
Some of the guitars, the strings are ancient. Me personally, I like the strings a little bit flat, especially with black metal, because you're tremolo picking, and sometimes there's too much high end. So older strings kind of sound nicer for when you're doing tremolo picking, and plus we're tuned up higher, so we get a little more treble than usual. And another thing I like about standard is even when you play on the lower strings, it's still kind of higher sounding. You know, a lot of the black metal ethic is higher up sounding. You know, like a higher tremolo sound and stuff. So that's just me though.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I mean, And again, it's just like being able to hear you guys like going back and forth with that. I mean, it's just it's so great to hear that. Just like even if there are different ideas that are going on, I mean, there's so much chemistry that's going on there, and open mindedness to trying new ideas, new tunings, new keys, everything like that. And just like the fact that you guys are pushing the boundaries of what the band has done so far on the next record. I mean, that's got me excited to see what's even going to happen after that. I mean, after being able to experiment with this, what's going to happen with the future albums?
Oh, right on. We have one rule, and that rule is that there are no rules to this. We're open-minded to anything, and any kind of ideas, and just to keep an open mind. We try not to repeat ourselves. That's the important part.
I repeat myself a lot.
Well, you're a solo guy. It comes down to repetition and, no details.
Like that, though.
Yeah, well, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's how you forge an identity, That's by, having your repetition or your licks or, you like to do this type of bend or, I mean, I have my own kind of sound too, which,
I don't like my sound, to be honest. I don't want to trail off.
Yeah, Lawrence always hates his tone on the, but it always turns out wonderful in my opinion.
I hear myself somewhat.
Well, that's a hallmark of a true artist. He's self-critical.
I know what it be. I'm like, I don't like it.
Yeah, but it turns out well, and it all depends on how you mix it too. That's another important part. It's just it's kind of funny because I was just thinking about how like we put so much into this and how we're starting to get recognition for our artistic merit, not because we're burning churches or because we're creating havoc or not even because of our image so much. That's the one thing. Like black metal is a very visual type of art, but we'd rather get noticed for our artistic merits rather than our shock value or how we look or how we wear our corpse paint or we wear gauntlets and we have sickles and hammers coming down. We could care.
Oh man, that's not a name drop.
He just name dropped. No, that's no. I recently watched the Lords of Chaos movie, which I'm actually a big fan of Jonas Ackerlund, the guy who did the movie Spawn. He's a fantastic director, and I loved it. I thought it was great. You have to bear in mind that it's a movie, but you get a lot of the black metal professors say, "Oh, this wasn't right." They really did. I can understand why Varg Vikernes is kind of upset about that movie. They really made him look like a chump. They really made him look like the bad guy, whereas the book made him look like an interesting folk hero. But excellent movie. I liked it. I know a lot of the elitists are going to holler and say, "Oh, you're not true because of this, and that." But I could care less about that. We have our own rule, and our own rule is that there are no rules to this.
And I think with that, I can't think of a better way to be able to end this interview with that. I mean, being able to say that there are no rules for the music that you want to make. You want to make what you want to make. Record those ideas, see what works, see what doesn't, and be able to press on with that. And it was awesome to be able to talk to you guys about everything going on in the world of Serpent of Old. Of course, the entire discography is being available on Bandcamp and on YouTube through the band. I thank you guys very much for taking the time from being able to write and come up with ideas to be able to talk to me and be able to help promote the band.
Oh, absolutely, man. We appreciate it. Thank you. This is an opportunity for us. I mean, you take any kind of interviews you can get, any kind of exposure. A lot of these musicians think that it's going to come to them, that they're just going to put something out and it's just going to take off on a shelf somewhere or it's going to take off on the internet. Like I said, I like to interact. I like to talk to people. I'm very interested in the sociology of all of this. There's some people that like symphonic elements. There's some people that like the raw elements. There's some people that don't like it because there's solos in it, which to me was like a selling point for the group when I first started. I said, well, it'd be really cool if you had something that was like Transylvania Hunger, but Yngwie Malmsteen on lead guitar. To me, that was a cool idea, and everyone bitched and moaned to me, oh, black metal's not supposed to have solos. There's not supposed to be that much melody, but I say bollock to that. This is a music that's against trend, and they're talking trend at this point when they say it's not supposed to have solos, it's not supposed to have this type of keyboard. It's the same nonsense. Like I said, there are no rules.
You don't tell me what to do.
Right. It's whatever. I'm going to do what I do. I sound how I sound, and that's what it is. But we love it, man. We're we're really, really enjoying this, and really thank you for the opportunity and stuff. And thanks again, for real.
Oh, absolutely. I'm glad to do it. And before we wrap things up, is there anything else you'd like to mention that I hadn't brought up yet?
Anything that you wanted to bring up, or?
I guess if I would like to post the Moonlight Prophecy on Bandcamp, if you just type that in, anybody who's interested in typing in, it's just moonlightprophecy.bandcamp.com. That's the other project I do. I really don't care about any of the other ones because they're all pretty much over at the point.
In the past,
Shadows in the Crypt up there. So.
Yeah, Shadows in the Crypt. Definitely check out Shadows in the Crypt. We haven't done anything since 2014, but it's basically the same elements in there. Me on bass, Lawrence on guitars. It's closer to like Metallica or Nevermore, traditional metal or stuff. So Shadows in the Crypt. That was our earlier band, in early 2010. Yes, Nihilistic and Barbaristas. Thank you, Lawrence. I appreciate that. Mika Mage. I work with Mika Mage from Nihilistic and Barbaristas, Finnish folklore type band, and he has a new album coming out probably in the fall. Hopefully, I did bass on it. Thank you for bringing that up. Actually, that's a good thing. He's actually doing dance hall in Antigua right now. He's away at medical school, and he's doing sort of a hip hop label. He started his hip hop label, talking about expanding the horizons, and he's having a lot of success with it, getting a lot of recognition. So it's an interesting contrast, you know. It's an element of his environment and surroundings. So he decided, hey, learned a lot of techniques about recording. Why not expand into other genres? So yeah, sure. Decivirion, our singers band, George Loveland, George Hammerhorde Loveland is his nickname. Decivirion, and he's the rawest of the raw out of us. He's the most black metal one out of all of us. So Decivirion would be the band to check him out. Moonlight Prophecy for Lawrence, Serpent for me, and Nihilistic and Barbaristas for Mika Mage. So we have our own little scene here, you know. We're the only guys.
Okay, start a label.
Yeah, absolutely. We're like our clique is like a scene to itself. And what's really funny talking about live shows is we're considered the posers around here. A lot of metalcore and metal kids at the local pub, you know, that did metalcore, or even the slam bands. The slam bands are popular around here. They consider us to be the posers, if you could imagine that.
It's a bad for them.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of kids, you know, playing at it. Well, we're still here. We started 10 years ago, and they said that we'd never get anywhere, and here we are still doing it to this day. So, and it is what it is, and there it goes, you know.